Hey guys, welcome back. Well, 62 Impala update. We're just about ready to lay down some embossing powder on our interior floor. Got the interior kind of done its colors. It's kind of a off-white. It's kind of a gray tone, and engine compartment painted up. So it's all dry. So we're gonna try and do some embossing powder on this baby. So I don't know how this video is going to turn out, but we'll give it a whirl. Where are we going first? Okay. We'll get you down. Hang on one sec. We're going down. Excuse me. All right. You guys know my tip. You need a little tray or something to do your put your Molotov in to do some fine details on your interiors and motors and whatnot. The bottom of a pop can. Just cut the bottom off, and it's got a nice little concave dish in it to put your stuff in. So we're going to put our Elmer's glue in there and a couple of drops of water to get our base for our sticky stuff for our embossing powder. So see if I can do this with a camera in my face too. Hang on, guys. Get some stuff out of the way. Like me, you know, I'm totally prepared. And we're going to put a whack of this in here. Close enough, probably. Yeah, better too much than not enough, right? Okay, that's good. Hang on. Get that out of the way. All right, a couple of drops of water. You don't need much. You still want some consistency to this thing, so we'll try with about 4 drips of water in there, and we'll see how this looks when we get it all mixed up. It's looking pretty good. You want it a little bit thinner than what comes out of the bottle. Yeah, so it kind of globs off the end, so you know it's when you lay it down, it's going to hopefully stay where you put it and not run all over the place. All right, hang on. We're going to reposition things. Hold on. We could go up higher, I suppose, too, couldn't we? Let's try that. Shall we? Why not? Hang on. Paintbrush in my mouth. We're going up. Oh, can we come down more? Oh, there we can. All right. That makes it a little easier for me to see. All right, dish, where are you? There you go. Okay. I'll get this. So there's a couple areas we've got to watch out for around the shifter and where the interior sits down on the inside here. So we got to be careful on how we do this. But the rear seat comes up to about this point. And we just kind of blob it on there. Kind of go up to the side real careful like. Come along here. And we just kind of keep going. I'll turn it around here in a second. I'm right-handed, so we'll worry about this. Be careful around the shifter. You got to get enough on there for the embossing powder to stick to. Oops. And the reason that you want it fairly thick is when you get to the trans tunnel, it's going to want to run down the sides and pool along this joint there. So that's kind of why you want it fairly thick, is to adhere to what you paint it to and not run all over the place. And we'll go back over it again once we kind of get this initially laid down here. And run along this side. And we'll run along that trans tunnel once we're all kind of done here. Up and around the shifter. Kind of blobbed a little bit over there, but we'll fix that up later. All right, looking pretty good back there. A little bit more. A little bit more. Oops. Over here. Looking pretty good. Looks pretty good there. Switch it around. We'll work back from the driver's side now. I gotta watch out because the firewall's, oops, gonna sit up on this edge. Hang on a second. Where's my little Q-tips that I was talking to you about that kind of saved the day? Sit. Can I get this off of here? Hang on. Hang on. Get that off of there. We don't want that on there. All right, continue on. I'll try and get that gas pedal cleaned up there too. Looking pretty good. Let's see if we can clean that gas pedal up a little bit. Different Q-tip. Usually use about three different types. This ones are kind of more not as round as the ones you shove in your ears. They're a little bit more pointed. I should have taken a little bit more care on that gas pedal. All right, we'll kind of go over this trans tunnel again and just kind of give it a look-see on how we're looking. We're looking pretty good. And I had somebody make a comment in one of my videos where way back when I was showing you guys how I do embossing powder on my builds with this technique. And somebody mentioned that doesn't the embossing powder, you put so much glue on there, doesn't the embossing powder make it too thick? Well, no, it doesn't, because I'm going to show you in a second why I do it the way I do it. Hang on. Let me get this leveled out a little bit here. There we go. I like that. I like that. Looks pretty good. Okay, we're going to ditch that. There we go. Yeah, and boys and girls, this is what I do, is I just dump this, I'll dump this whole thing on here. Oh, I know what I forgot to do too is a rear parcel shelf. We can do that in a second. You know me, I'm always prepared for my videos. Alright. You want to do this parcel shelf too. Come on. Now, hang on a sec. I'm going to leave you. Got my visors on too. We still in frame? Yep. I need to watch what I'm doing here. And we're going to get a little thinner brush. Hang on, boys and girls. Hold on. Switch it up a bit. And I always keep a couple of little junky brushes around for doing this. I'm trying to follow that line right here on that rear parcel shelf. There's other ways you can do this, guys. You can use contact spray, and there's other things that you can use, but I've had success with this. And once you try stuff and you find that it works for you, once you got the technique down, then why change? Because you know it works. And that's like me. It works for me, so that's what I'm going to use. Now, the reason that I pile it on, again, is you want the weight of all this embossing powder to make sure that it sticks to all areas of where you laid the glue down. The worst thing you want to do is when you finally finish with this and this all dries and you take the excess embossing powder off, that if you've got bare spots, boy oh boy, is it ever hard to come back from that without it making look like crap. So I will empty this whole container on here. And you'll find that once this dries, I usually leave it, I'll probably leave it overnight, but you usually can leave it for 4 or 5 hours till the glue kind of sets up, and then you can come along back and take the excess off. But it's just a matter of when it's dry, just pick this thing up and turn it over and dump the excess off, and you'll be amazed that this looks like a whole lot, but what actually sticks to the model is very little. And you'll find that probably when I'm finished, I'm still going to have that much full of embossing powder left. It looks like a lot going on here, but once the embossing powder that touches the glue dries and sets, the rest of it will come off, and I'll swear I'll have 99% or 95% of the embossing powder that I started with left. Anyway, we'll let that dry for a few hours, and I'll probably just leave it overnight because I got some other stuff I want to do. So, as usual, thanks you guys for stopping by. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.